Welcome back to the channel. Got a cool one here today. This is PedalPods. We'll do our full unboxing and we're going to build it together and everything and show you what it's like and what you get and do an honest review of it, just like we do with everything on this channel. Give you my opinions. I think it looks pretty cool. I watched all their videos before ordering it. I really wanted to make a new board just because I always do, but specifically for the Fender Hello Kitty fuzz that I really like and is not currently on my big board, but we decided to go a little bit different direction with this. So we get our shipping manifest in there. And these are individually packaged, it looks like, which is kind of nice. So gas pedal, and this runs the whole system. So we got that, and very well packaged. We've got our first pedal pod, and another pedal pod. I just bought the smallest little kit that they sell, which is 3 pedals. And I like my 3 pedal boards. And they tossed in a free, should be this, let's see, should be the handle. They sent me an email and said they dropped in a free handle for the kit that I did not order, which is fine. Though I don't actually pretty heavy duty handle, damn. I don't really plan on moving the board ever, but you know, why not? We'll toss a handle on there. So there, you can see in the package, very heavy duty handle. This thing is not light. Looks kind of cool too. Yeah, I don't hate that. So we will build that one as well. See where we can store all this stuff, and then we're gonna have to rearrange the camera here to actually put it together. And some of my 2 of the pedals that are going on this board haven't arrived yet, so we will try to get these open. I'm not very good with knives, to be honest. I'm not a big fan. They make me a little nervous. Alrighty, we have the assembly guide. That actually looks really nice. Yeah, this looks like a very good, very clear instruction book, which I need. I'm not techie, I'm not handy. I can barely follow the instructions of a Lego. This actually seems like it's really good. I did watch all their videos on their website, which are fairly decent as well, and they're real short. You can watch them, you know, a couple minutes each, but really like that. That's good. And which one is this one am I opening? This is just a normal pod. Okay. So we have them very well packaged. Get this stuff out of here. So 2 boxes, and let's see what we got. I did say on the videos you want to unbox everything and kind of organize first before trying to actually do anything. So we have these little parts, which I believe hook the system together. And we've got a whole bunch of cables and everything in here, patch cables, and looks like all your kind of internal components. Yep, your cat cables, all that kind of stuff, screws, and yep, 3 cat cables, 1, 2, looks like 2 patch cables as well. And we've got, it comes with your Velcro for your pedals too. That's pretty nice. Very nice small little power cable, should be perfect. I like that. Alrighty, get this stuff over here. And let's check out, this should be the actual pod. I looked up the dimensions for these, but they do strike me as larger in person than I was expecting, which is kind of nice because I didn't know if it would fit bigger pedals like the Black Arts Toneworks Destroyer or the Hook to Hell that I've got. I didn't know how that would be fitting, but there you see it. That is the pod. Fairly large, actually pretty big. Made in China on there. Don't like that, but what are you gonna do? This would be $6,000 made anywhere else. Very cool. All your electronics down in there, and got this should be just the riser, so you don't have to run it. To my understanding, you don't have to run it with that. You can run it just with maybe. Actually, this I think is the riser. And yes, so it does fit, makes it you know, about 3/4 of an inch or so smaller. And you get your plate on there. I did order the 3 clear plates for these so you can see the LED underneath, and I'm not sure where those are. Hopefully they sent them. Let's check our little shipping manifest here. It says 3 of 3, so those should be in here somewhere. All right, let's open our gas pedal and see perhaps they're in with the gas pedal. Who knows? Alrighty. There's a shit ton of tape on these, which is good. Always prefer it to be well packaged versus not. Alrighty, come on. Okay, we got our PedalPods assembly guide number 2. I'm betting I might have 4 assembly guides. That's funny. All right, see what we get in here. I have another small package and another larger one. All right. This is our gas pedal. So this will be the module that runs the entire system. Very cool design. And it is on a riser as well. And it's got some more cat cables in here and the little things to connect them all together. So you take the riser out and there's your general size. We'll figure it out. Not too bad. Honestly, it is bigger in person than I thought from the videos. Not a bad thing by any means, but just an interesting observation. Okay, let's put these back and set this aside. Alrighty, and our other box, I'm hoping our clear LED screens are in this one. That would be nice. Alright, more of our connectors. Toss those in there. We got more screws. And we've got, not seeing the clear plates. We've got our AC mains cable. And tips for the cat connectors, I think. Power cable and power supply. Cool. Well, not great that I don't know where these translucent pedal tops are. We will unbox. Here we go. I'm an idiot. They did send them. They did not forget. Thank God. That would have been an awkward unboxing. Very awkward. Okay. They were also packaged, and packaged so well I thought they were more shipping protection. These are so cool. So these are interchangeable tops. And so they're kind of like a hazy, clear, translucent plastic. And that will allow the LEDs from underneath to shine through, which of course, you know I love light up pedal boards. All right, but there you go. So we'll unbox the other two off camera, and then we will spread everything out and show you how to build it. All right guys, the PedalPods is assembled. It took a little bit of time, had a business trip that came up in the middle of it sort of randomly. But anyways, overall build time, I think we're probably sitting at a solid 3 hours. Is it going to take everyone 3 hours to build this? Absolutely not. I hit a roadblock at step 6 in the instruction booklet and could not figure out what I was doing wrong. Figured it out. It was 1000% my fault. But once I figured that out, we are good to roll. I will say, kind of final thoughts, it's a little bit tough. And you can sort of see the LEDs are on because the board's on, kind of like right through here where some of the cables are blocking, which actually looks pretty cool. Gives it almost like an EVH type Frankenstein feel. But anyways, it can be a little bit tough on these boxes to get all the cables in there without feeling like you are mashing them up. But I think that's fine because the cables are high quality and they can withstand a lot of mash. On this box, because it's taller, so we have a riser in there. Can't really see it. But since this one is one riser taller, honestly, it doesn't really make much difference. So much easier on that top one to get all the cables lined up and everything than on the smaller regular size, which you could really just put risers on at all, but I wanted it to have this nice flow. Cable management wise, I'm not sure there's a better solution. So I've got this next to my other pedal boards. You can see on my temple board, I mean, there's just cables everywhere. It's kind of ugly. The Skulls pedal apparently is crooked as hell. The Borealis looks pretty crooked. Cables everywhere. You've got on, now this is a cable for the pedal pod. On my silver board, it's a little bit better managed. And since I have these on the same chain, I use the SD one there just as a buffer. But a little bit better managed, you know, not great. And the power supply for that board literally just sits on the floor because I use it for other stuff. This cable management is flawless. You can see all three going straight down. And these Heretic Effects pedals, that's as far in as the power supply cable goes. Makes me a little nervous, but I can't do anything about that. So all you have on this entire thing is this will be your guitar in. I'm only using loop 1. So your guitar in right there and your amp out. That's it. And power, of course. Everything else is perfectly tucked away, nice and easy. I will say I'm using only top-mounted jack pedals. That's what I prefer. Virtually everything that I buy is going to be top-mounted jacks because that's just the best. If you're using side-mounted, it's not going to look as clean. Now, a cool idea, and this would be, you know, an idea for the guys that are running this company. It'd be cool if they did some pedal plates with a gap right here for your side-mounted jacks, so you can still have this insanely nice flush look, and then you could swap out, you know, your top plate or whatever. I'm not sure how that would look, but that could probably be pretty cool. And my only other suggestion would be maybe a switch like right here in the middle or right on top or even on the, well, you don't want it on the side of the gas pedal, but somewhere on the gas pedal, an on-off switch. I think that would be cool. So right now, as long as the power supply is plugged in, my LEDs are going to be running and the board's going to be lit up. And I set them to blue because I thought that was cool. My temple board has purple underglow on it. So in order to turn that off, you actually just pull the power supply out. That's your only way to do it. So
those are my only suggestions. Other than that, I'll tell you, if you're going to build one of these, watch the videos and watch the videos as you do it. I found the instruction booklet to be a little bit confusing. I wasn't a huge fan of following the instruction booklet, and that's what actually caused all of my problems, where I got stuck for like an hour, literally just trying to screw the gray base of this pedal supply, or gas pedal, that's what they call it. Trying to screw the gray base, so not the black face, the gray base into the gray base underneath. And I could not figure out how they were trying to describe that, and it drove me nuts for a long time. But anyways, that was entirely on me. Once I watched the video again, it made perfect sense. And also, I will say, use a good screwdriver. That may be a dumb, obvious recommendation, but the original screwdriver that I was using, I just grabbed a random junk screwdriver out of the junk drawer in the kitchen, like everyone has, I'm sure. And it will drive a screw, but that's about as far as you can say. It just didn't work very well. And especially when the screws started getting down low, it was stopping. And so I was thinking that I had the wrong size screws, and I was measuring them and everything, and I was losing my mind. Turned out it's just a shitty screwdriver. When I actually went up and got my luthier kit and used some decent, like, good tip screwdrivers, it drove the screws just fine, didn't strip anything out. Worked perfectly. So again, that was on me. That was my fault. But this whole system, I mean, pretty badass. I like it a lot. Very cool that in the future, if I want to add to this, I can add to it, and I can add to it anywhere. That's what I really like about it. Now, it'll probably only make sense to do 2 rows deep. I guess I could add 3rd row above it, but I can add, a block here, blocks up and around, and that's pretty cool. So very, very neat concept there. I like it a lot, and this board sounds killer. So we've got, if you can't see, we have the Heretic Effects Bone Remover, which is probably the coolest name for a pedal I've ever heard. We have the EQD Afterneath, one of my favorites, and the Heretic Effects Boosted Reverb, which is very quickly becoming one of my favorites. I like that a lot. So crazy stuff, sounds great. And we're gonna do some pedal demo videos next on the Heretic Effects stuff. Just got that in, so stay tuned if you want to hear it.